Hi kids! Welcome again to our English class. We are on the second quarter, week 2. Again, I am teacher Nathan. And for today's objective, at the end of the lesson, you are expected to use simple verbs like past, present, and future in sentences. But before we discuss our main topic today, let us review first. What are the 5 be verbs we discussed last week? Can you still remember those? These are is, was, were, are, and am. We also used them in different sentences. Now, let us read the following sentences and see if the be verbs are used correctly. Number 1. I is from Bacoor City, Cavite. Is it correct or not? This is not correct. The correct way of writing the sentence using the be verb is I am from Bacoor City, Cavite. Number 2. He was the secretary of this company last year. Is it correct or not? Very good. This one is correct. We use was as be verb because the action happened in the past. Number 3. They were quiet last night. Is the sentence correct or not? Very good. This one is written correctly. Number 4. There are many animals in the farm. Is it check or X? The correct answer is check. The last number, I am his sister. Is it correct or not? Very good. This one is correct. I know that you've already understand our previous lesson. And today, our lesson is all about simple tenses of verbs. What is verb? A verb tells an action and or a state of being. It describes an action that happened in the past, is happening at present, and will happen in the future. What is past tense, present tense, and future tense? Now, let us read the following sentences for us to understand deeper the meaning of the tenses of the verb. Ella baked delicious cookies yesterday. Ella bakes delicious cookies, and Ella will bake delicious cookies tomorrow. Notice the underlined words. Baked happened in the past, bakes happened in present, and will bake is in the future tense of the verb. Now, let us discuss one by one the tenses of the verb. Let us discuss the simple tenses of verbs. The 3 simple tenses of verbs are simple present, simple past, and simple future. Let us study how verbs are formed in this table. So we have here, in the table, we have the base form, the simple past or happened already, the simple present or it happened at present, and simple future if it will happen in the future. We have the base form, bake. The past tense, or it already happened in the past, we have baked. The base form, bake, we just add D to form its past form. Or ed. In the simple present, we have bake, and future, we have will bake. Join, joined. So the base form, if it's in the past, we just add ed to form its past tense. Join in the simple present, and will join in the simple future. Always remember that we just add will plus the base form to form its future tense. Jump, we have jumped, jump, will jump. Cooked, cook, will cook. Tried, try, will try. Run, run, will run. Began, begin, will begin. So in this case, the base form begin changed in spelling into began to form its past tense. Here we have read, read, and will read. So there are words that do not change in spelling if we will form its simple past, simple present, and simple future. There are also verbs that change in spelling. For example, we have speak as a base form. It will become spoke in the past tense. Speak in the present, and will speak in the future. And let in the past, let in the present, and will let in the future. So the simple present is used to describe habitual action or general truth. For example, the children go to school every day. So go is a verb in the sentence. Mrs. Cruz works in the school canteen. So Mrs. Cruz works in the school canteen is in the present tense of the verb. That's why we use works. Remember, use the S form of the verb if the subject is singular or only one. For example, Trina reviews her lessons every night. Trina is singular in form. That's why our verb is review, and we add S to form its simple present. Number 2. Use the simple form of the verb if the subject is plural or more than one. For example, Faith and Flint buy flowers for their mother. Faith and Flint are more than one or in plural form. That's why our verb used is in the simple form or base form. By. Use the simple form of the verb with the pronouns I and you. For example, I visit my cousins in the province every summer. You have a nice dress. So if our pronoun I is being used and you in the sentences, we need to use or simple form of the verb. So you don't need to add S or ES. Instead, use the simple form of the verb. If the subject is singular and the verbs end in Y and Y follows consonant, change Y to I and add ES. For example, Alden studies his lessons well. Alden is singular in form. That's why we change Y into I and add ES. The simple past of the verb is used to describe an action or condition that took place at a specific point in the past. It already happened. For example, the student visited a museum 2 days ago. So we have students as our noun, visited as our verb. We visited our grandparents last week. So you have noticed that 2 days ago and last week already happened. That's why we will use the simple past of the verb in the sentence. Regular and irregular verbs have different ways in forming their past tense. Simple past of regular verbs are formed by adding D or ED to the base form of the verb. For examples, dance, danced. So here we add D to form its past tense. Introduce, introduced. We add D also. Water, watered. So here we add ED to form its plural. Same with climb, climbed. The spelling of some irregular verbs does not change. For example, cut, cut, put, put, hurt, hurt, hit, hit. The spelling of the verb read does not change, but its pronunciation changes from long E to short E. Some irregular verbs change their spelling. For example, leave, left, take, took, make, made, write, wrote, bring, brought, think, thought, eat, ate, sing, sang, go, went, send, sent. If the verbs ends in Y and Y follows a consonant, change Y to I and add ED. For example, cry, cried. So here, we change Y into I and we add ED to form its plural. Same with carry, carried, try, tried, marry, married. Verbs in the simple future tense are used to express an action or condition that will or will not happen or exist in the future. To form the future tense of a verb, use will plus the base form of the verb. Example, they will attend the club meeting tomorrow. My father will watch my performance tonight. Our verbs in these sentences are attend and watch. Since these sentences will be happening tomorrow and tonight or in the future, we will use will to signify its future tense. Will plus the base form of the verb. Is everything clear so far? Alright. So always remember that the three tenses of verbs are the past tense, present tense, and future tense. And to help us identify the different kinds of tenses of the verb, kindly get your pen and paper and let us answer the following activity. Read the following sentences and identify the tenses of verb used in each sentence. Number 1. Mary and Samantha took the bus yesterday. In what tense is took? Past tense, present tense, or in the future tense? Write your answer in your notebook. Number 2. Brian brings his pet dog to the veterinarian. In what tense of the verb is brings? Is it in past tense, present tense, or future tense? Number 3. In what tense of the verb is visit? I visit my sister in Manila every weekend. Is it in past tense, present tense, or future tense? Number 4. We will attend a wedding next week. Will attend is in past tense, present tense, or future tense. Number 5. I wrote a letter to my cousin last Christmas. Wrote is in past tense, present tense, or in the future tense. Write your answer in your paper. Now, let us answer your activity. Number 1. Took is in the past tense. Number 2. Brings is in the present tense. Visit is in present tense. Number 4. Will attend is in the future tense. Wrote is in the past tense. You did a great job. I know you got a perfect score in our activity. Now, get your self-learning module and answer pages 9 to 11, learning tasks 1, 2, 3. Again, thank you for joining today's class. Always remember, learning is a continuous process. It is not a competition. Again, I am Teacher Nathan. Until next time, happy learning!